Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's my Kenyan Puff, and today is probably the last episode of the Healthy and Whole series this year. So I don't know if you can see this cute tree I got. I just wanted to make the video appear a bit festive. I actually got it for 6 ringgit, which is like 150 bob. How cute is it? Yeah. So today's video, I'm going to talk about the gems of this week and just a few things that have been on my mind. So, recently, I think last week, I saw a tweet by some lady, and she said that the Smith family, for those who don't know, Will Smith, I feel like everyone knows Will Smith, who was in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So there's Will Smith, Jada, Pinkett Smith, Jaden, Willow, like the whole family. So basically the lady said in her tweet that the Smith family is making money off of saying just regular stuff that are pretty obvious. So if you're not up to date with what's going on, Will Smith recently joined Instagram about a year ago and also started posting a lot of content on YouTube. So he's been very active on social media and just spreading a lot of positivity, sharing messages on just productivity and optimism and success. And his wife Jada started a web series on Facebook called The Red Table Talk, where they talk about a lot of personal issues, experiences. She interviews some people and shares a lot about their family, about their success, and pretty much it's very informative and very inspiring. Well, I understand her point of view, but I wonder if people stop and think about what we listen to. A lot of what motivational speakers or celebrities or all these successful people talk about, it's nothing new. If you listen to all these things, read all these books, there's always some repetition. There's always a sort of pattern with the kind of tips, the kind of schedules, the kind of routines, and the kind of habits all these people have. So, is it possible that all these people just used these ordinary things to create an extraordinary life? Why can't we accept that? I feel like some people, it's not that simple, of course. There are so many complexities and factors into, becoming successful and achieving your dreams. But is it possible to just accept that there are simple things that make life extraordinary or make you extraordinary? So that's just something that was on my mind, because I feel like we all do need that inspiration. We all need that motivation. We all need to know that a regular person somewhere just did some regular things, but that consistency and those habits, those patterns are what made them excel and made them extraordinary in their field and made them successful. So I don't know, what are your thoughts on that topic? What are your thoughts on getting advice from successful people, or just the whole being all motivational and inspirational? Because I know there's like a negative vibe to it. There are people who are like, it's so fake. These people grew up in privilege. They were already wealthy to begin with. They have no business, giving advice. There's just a lot of debate about that, and I'd really like to hear your opinions and your thoughts on that. That's really like one of the main topics that I wanted to tackle today. And thinking about that is what led me to think about what I've been listening to. The gems of this week. First, we have Oprah's Super Soul Conversations. The particular episode is 7,000 Ways to Listen, featuring Nepo. I think that's how you say his name. Actually, it's 2 parts, part 1 and part 2. So they're 2 separate, roughly 30-35 minute episodes. And these episodes were so powerful. I've just written like tiny quotes that I was able to just jot down as I was listening, but I would love to listen to them again and really just think about everything he said. So some things he said, they're all over the place, but one thing he said was, being broken doesn't mean seeing all things as broken. So basically, Nepo has been diagnosed with cancer twice, I think, in his life. I hope I'm not mixing people up. But basically, he has an interesting life story, and he's just sharing about his experiences. And one of the things he said is being broken doesn't mean seeing all things as broken, and I found that very powerful. He says also, when we keep choosing between right and wrong, we spend our energy sorting life rather than living it. It doesn't mean that there aren't things that are cruel, evil, that hurt or are unjust, but only from the wholeness of life can we see how the spirit in our body can navigate it. I may have paraphrased it a bit because I was listening to it as I was washing my hair, but just brilliant, beautiful words. He is a poet, so he just knows how to put things into words. And he even mentions that we're all poets. And related to that, he says, poetry is the unexpected utterance of the soul. So he says so many beautiful things. He also says, I think we're all continually asked to learn how to ask for what we need and only to practice accepting what we are given. Guys, if you listen to podcasts, you really need to listen to these 2 episodes. If you don't listen to podcasts, you need to start. They're really inspiring. They're a great way to spend your free time, constantly nourishing your mind and your spirit with things that can only propel you forward. So that's the first gem. The second gem of this week is Robin Sharma's podcast episode. By now you guys just know he's up there for me, honestly. I love his podcast. I love his books. I just love everything that he creates. So he says the episode is called Why So Few Succeed, and he mentions that the reason why people stop succeeding is they stop doing 3 things: learning, studying, and growing. And in that episode is where he says you need to think like a beginner, which is the title of this episode. And I found that very important, and that's something I need to remind myself, because even in whatever you do, whatever field you're in, whatever you do for fun, your passions, your skills, and your talent, very often we end up getting comfortable with our skill set and we stop growing. And time is passing, but you as an individual, you remain stagnant. And the essence of thinking like a beginner means you always have something more to learn. You will never be an expert at anything, and that will just keep pushing you and challenging you to keep studying, keep learning, keep growing, keep evolving, keep asking. That curiosity that children have is something we lose with time, but it's so crucial in our development and our ability to really find our true niche, our purpose, and just keep pushing ourselves to reach our potential. In one of those gems I've mentioned, they say not reaching your potential is disrespectful to yourself. So just think about that. Like, don't disrespect yourself. Love yourself enough to stretch yourself and see what you can really do, because you are powerful beyond measure. So that's really what I want to share on this particular episode. I'd really love to hear from you what you're listening to, what you're reading right now. It can be on any topic, so that I can stop quoting the same 2 podcasts. And I really wish that you will have an awesome time spending with your family. Have a merry Christmas, and in case I don't post again until the New Year's, happy New Year. I am so excited for 2019. Honestly, we'll get into that later, but I know that I can't wait to just continue on this beautiful journey with you. Thank you so much for supporting my channel and watching my content and sending me constructive criticism, positive feedback. It really means a lot to know that I'm not doing it in vain and that it is helping someone out there. I pray that all of you are blessed and continue to be blessed in always, and I will see you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Always remember that your hair is your crown and your body is a temple. Embrace it, love it, and take care of it. God bless you all. Bye. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. La 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 la. La 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 la. Oh, have yourself a merry little Christmas. No, I don't know.